Kevin,
Carl.
it's fantastic to be here, and thank you. This is Kevin Schafer, and we're at the Teen Challenge Eastern Ontario Men's Centre. Is that the official
Correct.
title?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
And I have the privilege of coming, and I've seen their residence. I've seen the office area here. I've even been to their wood shop and seen also up above that their chapel. It's so impressive what God is doing here, and I'm just very interested. Um, can you give me a bit of the background for the Teen Challenge Eastern Ontario Men's Centre? I know the Teen Challenge is it 50th or 60th year? What's your anniversary?
50th in Canada.
Oh yeah.
And 63 globally.
Fantastic.
So we have about 1,400 centers worldwide now in around 129 countries.
Okay, and how many in Canada?
So in Canada, we, Teen Challenge Canada, have 9 centers.
Okay.
6 are for men and 3 are for women.
Okay, and so that's the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about this particular facility? You're not, I think it's about 2 years, and give us some of the background about that.
Okay. In 2008,
Okay.
we were donated this property.
Whoa.
So 205 acres. And as you can see, it's beautiful property.
Yeah.
And so we were blessed to be given this property. And so that was in 2008. There was a long capital campaign program to raise the funds to open this up.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to start in the red. We wanted to start in strength. And so that campaign went through 2022. And we opened the doors January 4th, 2022.
Wow. With how many clients?
So we had, I believe there were 6 men.
Okay.
Who were in program, and I'll explain that later.
Yeah.
But 6 men in program, and then I'm not sure how many we had come in the post graduation program.
Okay. Well, you brought it up, and that was my next question. Is could you tell us what do you offer here, and just like you were blowing me away with all the things that you offer, and it's not fair to say sum it up. So, but that's on your plate. How would you sum up what you're offering here?
So it's a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. We are faith-based. We are Christian.
Okay.
We're very Bible-focused. It's a 12-month residential program.
Okay.
So the men are here for 12 months, and we, it's very intense. It's an intense program. There's a lot of discipleship that goes into it. We spend about the men spend about 20 hours a week in either biblical studies or teaching or their own devotions.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of focus on spiritual formations.
Are they guided through that, or are they all on their own?
They're guided through that, but it's a personal journey for everyone. Everyone comes in. Some come and they've been very well churched. They've been in the church all their lives. Some have 0 church experience whatsoever. Some are believers. Some are not. So that journey is individualistic for each one of them, and they are guided. We have a spiritual formations coach that helps them with their journey. We have a program, a curriculum to make sure that they're going through the basics of Christianity
Okay.
and spiritual growth.
So that's 20 hours a week approximately,
Yeah.
and the other is the working on people's addictions and recovery,
counseling, recovery. We have work therapy in which they're doing jobs
Okay.
around this place and helping to maintain it and keep it beautiful.
Yeah.
And that helps them, or work in the kitchen. You know, there's a lot of different jobs that they benefit from, but we benefit from as well. But they're learning to work and contribute.
Tell me a bit about yourself. How long have you been here? And yeah, how did you get involved with this?
So I've been here about a year and a half. I was working at another ministry, Ottawa Inner City Ministries, before that, and working with inner city youth. Prior to that, I had worked as a career and leadership coach, and I left that to go into full-time ministry at OIM, and then I've been here for the last year and a half.
Okay. I'm going to throw something at you.
Okay.
The question.
I'm ready.
What is a highlight for you working here? Can you?
Without question, is seeing men come into the program, and I refer to it as see that fog lifting as their recovery progresses, and seeing them with clearer minds, and you see the recovery step by step, and that is just so rewarding. Seeing their spiritual journeys, it fills my tank. It does, and we've had over the last 6 months 3 men baptized. One is planning to be baptized. Another one just this week started talking about wanting to be baptized, and those 4 men that have or are planning to be baptized all accepted Christ in the program.
Fantastic.
So for me, the combination of seeing that, them breaking free of their addictions, but then that spiritual journey and that progress is really fills me up. Yes.
Fantastic. I don't remember asking how many individuals do you have who are in program right now?
Oh, no, good question. So right now, total of 12 men in program. So that's broken down. We've got 9 men who are in our 12-month program. Then we have 1 person who has come back for a refresher.
Okay.
You know, so we don't shut the door. You know, we don't kick them out and say good luck. You know, and this is an individual who needed to, who stumbled, you know, out when he was out in the community, and just said, you know, I'd like to come back for a 6-month refresher.
Good on him.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. We leave those doors open. So we have 9 in program. Got 1 fellow in the refresher. We have 1 person who's in what we call phase 4. So that's after graduation, after the 12 months. And in phase 4, if they choose to stay with us, they have more responsibilities given to them and more freedoms. And it's working towards that reintegration into the community. They might not be ready after the 12 months. And again, we don't say, too bad. We accommodate them. Everyone's different.
You
in
walk
in
beside
their-
them until they're ready.
until they're ready.
Fantastic.
And then we have one fellow who's in phase 5.
Okay.
And so that's actually a paid contract
Mm.
for a year.
Okay.
And so they're staff with us. And again, that's not for everyone, but that's available to people who need it or want it before they go into graduation or before they go into the community. And a number of our phase 5s actually come on staff permanently. About
Okay.
25% of the staff at
That's good.
Teen Challenge Canada
Yeah.
have come through the program, and they know what it's about, and they're wanting to give back. To the
That
program.
shows something's working. Yeah.
It certainly does.
How do, I know we're straying a little bit.
Okay.
How does someone find out about Teen Challenge, and how do you get your clientele?
So they come from many different sources.
Yeah.
Sometimes a pastor, someone in his congregation will be struggling with addictions and point them to us. Sometimes it's a family member that knows about it, but I speak
Okay.
around Eastern Ontario in churches most Sundays. And so there's people that come out to us after
Okay.
the services and say, you know, my son's addicted, or my daughter, or my husband, or and so those outreaches, we call them, but those services
Okay.
raise awareness in terms of what we do, and we have intake information for those people to take back. On our website, we also have intake information for people who want to check out what we're about, and the website that they can fill out for, or the web page they can fill out for intake, but then also a toll-free number if they want to be talking to someone and
Excellent.
have questions.
And where would we find that? Do you know what that web address is that I can post right across the bottom?
Okay, it's teenchallenge.ca.
Okay.
Yeah, and from there you can navigate through the Get Help Today.
Yeah.
And we also have some inspirational videos of graduates from the
Okay.
program,
Testimony.
and some very, very powerful testimonies of people who've come through the program and where they are now.
Excellent. What if someone in the community says, wow, I wish I could be involved, and I don't know what to do, but is there anything that I can do to help out? Do you take volunteers?
So we do take volunteers, and we have a volunteer coordinator here. So
Okay.
the best thing would be to call us at the center, and we have a volunteer intake process, and depends on what you're doing, or what you have to offer, and what our needs are, making sure that there's a good match.
Good. Final question. What would you say your greatest needs are? And what can we pray for? Do you have like 2 or 3 that are just burning in your heart? So the needs, what can we pray for and support you?
It's interesting. I often say our greatest need is for prayer.
Okay.
so those become one and the same.
Amen.
And in terms of how to pray is, I think first and foremost for the men and women in our program.
Okay.
Here at the Eastern Ontario Men's Centre, we just have men, but across the country, men and women in the program and their families,
Okay.
because
yeah.
it doesn't just affect the
no.
individual. Addiction can tear apart the entire family, and does. And so praying for the men and women across the country, their journey in addiction, but then their journey, their spiritual journeys as well.
Okay.
Pray, please pray for our staff
Okay.
and our leadership.
Yeah.
It's not an easy job.
No.
There's a lot of variables that change on a very regular basis, and dealing with all of those variables is challenging. We're dealing with spiritual warfare as well, because the enemy is not happy in seeing men and women set free, and so please pray for protection for staff and as well as men and women in the program. And for our financial needs as well, because any ministry, especially one like ours, does require finances, and for our daily bread, and we are praying that we would have the finances to grow as well.
Okay. There's room for growth here.
There's room for growth, and the need. We were talking about this earlier, that until the Lord comes, this is going to be an issue, addiction, and there's going to be a need for recovery. And so, our prayer is that we would be able to serve as many men and women as we can. And so, for our daily bread here and now, for our daily provision, but then for that path in the future, and just that ability to serve more down the road.
Thank you so much. And you had something?
Oh, I was just going to say thank you for coming and for this opportunity.
Well, Kevin, thank you, and just meant a lot. I've heard about this property. I've heard about the ministry here, and to actually see it in person, what a blessing. So thank you for your time today, and pray for Kevin. Pray for the Men's Center here in Eastern Ontario and across the country. We covet your prayers, and God bless you.